Hey everyone, welcome to Tutor. I'm Brandon, and we're doing our limited set review for the pre-release of Dominaria. We're gonna do blue now. So let's get to our top 10 commons and uncommons, starting with number 10, Wizard's Retort. So it's, a cancel, basically, and in sealed, I'll play a cancel because it's a hard counter. It's, only 3 mana, so if it's late game, it's not being 2 mana intensive, you keep up 3 mana, that's easy. But if you're a wizard, it is only 2 mana, and that's way better than 3 mana. But still, it's pretty much just a cancel, so that's why number 10. And number 9, Deep Freeze. So this is blue's removal. It doesn't tap anything, doesn't make it 0/1. It's close, it makes it a 0/4 defender wall. Loses all its abilities, but still can still block pretty good at 0/4. That's not bad. But I mean, if you're taking out their biggest creature, that's cool. Number 8, Merlin Trickster. Now this one is hard for me to evaluate just because that double blue, that hurts. It's not coming down early. And it only makes a 2/2, but, has flash. That's nice. And it does tap down something and make them lose their abilities. So, if they're attacking with something with first strike or trample or whatever, they lose that ability. So that's nice. And if you want to get through, you're just tapping down their creature. And number 7, Academy Drake. So 2 in a blue for a 2/2 flyer. That's a win Drake. You'll play that most of the time. I mean, a 2/2 flyer can sometimes just win you the game. Sealed's crazy. I mean, flyers just can do so much. But what's nice about him is kicker of 4. It gets 2 1/1 counters on it. So late in the game, you pay 7 mana. He's a 4/4 flyer. Both of them not the best stats because 7 mana for 4/4 flyer. Ew. But the fact that you can play him early in the game, later in the game, he's still gonna do work. Yeah, I mean, it's the flexibility makes him a really good card. I wouldn't come from any blue deck because he can take up the 3 spot, he can take up the 7 spot, which if you're gonna have, I guess, for some reason. But yeah, like him a lot. Flyers for the win. There you go. Number 6, Divination. 3 mana to draw 2 cards. And still sorcery. That kind of sucks. But hey, I'm going to take it. It's going to be slow. You want to draw cards and 3 mana. That's great. Number 5, Cloud Reader Sphinx. And this card I like. 5 mana for a 3/4 flyer. I'll play that. And then you get to scry 2. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Late game, you're coming down with a flyer. Can block pretty well. And then you're going through your deck to try and get even better cards. I like this card a lot. Number 5 could maybe be a number 4, but, I like it. What can I say? Flyers, they get me every time. Number 4, Blink of an Eye. So basically, it's into the Royal, okay? So it's 2 mana. You bounce their non-land permanent, and if you kick it for 2 more mana, you draw a card. So, yeah, I'll play it. I'll play that for the 2 mana, just a bouncer thing, and late game, if I want to bounce something and draw a card, that's pretty nice, especially if, they have a token or just something that's going to beat your face down. It's not exciting at all, but it's a fine card, and you'll play it in almost every blue deck. Number 3, Academy Journey Mage. So, I like this card. So, it's 5 mana for a 3/2, and you bounce an opponent's creature back to their hand. I always love doing that. It's a nice little tempo swing. But what's really nice about this is if you have a wizard, it's 1 less mana. So, 4 mana to do that. Ouch. That's pretty good. So, even without a wizard, it's good. With a wizard, it's really good. All right, number 2, now we're talking Time of Ice. This card, the Saga, I love this card. It's so good. I mean, it's 4 mana. It's a little bit expensive, but you get to just tap down their creature. It doesn't untap. The next turn, tap down their creature. It doesn't untap. And then return all those creatures to their hand. I mean, if you have other ways to tap their stuff, like Icy Manipulator, it's so good. Yeah, they can play around it, but yeah, they're still going to it's going to hurt because you're going to be getting in for a few swings there. Love this card. But our number 1, which better than some rares and mythics in this set, or in blue, in Bolsa Clutches. So it's 4 blue. You just control enchanted permanent, and that permanent becomes legendary. So it's already awesome just taking their permanent, and then you make it legendary. So it helps you out if you have a legendary sorcery or something. Love this card so much. This is such a bomb. This is you'll play in every blue deck. It's sealed, so it's going to go long. This card is going to happen. Love this card. So good. You're just, they play their bomb. You're guess what? Now it's mine, and you don't have a really good creature. I'm going to attack your face. I love this card so much. Like I said, better than most rares for blue. Speaking of those, let's get to the rares and mythics. All right, let's talk about the rares and mythics I love. First up, Zahid. Djinn of the Lamp. He's 4 blue for 5/6 flyer. Love it. I'll play that any day in a blue deck. But he can cost less by tapping an artifact and paying 3 in a blue. And yeah, that's just his cost right there. See, it's an artifact like a lamp. That's it. That's the only card out of the blue rares and mythics that I would definitely play no matter what. I mean, next we have Karn's Temporal Sundering, which, I'm just so iffy on those. I feel like you still play this, but I don't know. I feel like maybe, yeah, it's definitely going to happen no matter what, but you really got to make sure your sealed deck can handle this. Next we have Tempest Djinn. So, like I said, this is the blue. I'm iffy about these two, but this one is nice because it is a flyer, and it gets +1/+0 for every basic land you have. So, hey, at least it's going to have 3 power there. It's usually a 0/4, so that's underwhelming. But yeah, 3/4 flyer for 3 mana. I'll take it. It's just, gotta be wary of that mana cost. Next we have, Naru Miha? Is that? I don't know. Master Wizard, 2 blue for 3/3 with flash. And you get to, copy an instant sorcery spell. So you have to then have a ton. So this is either coming down like late in the game to do the instant or sorcery copy, or if you're like a wizard tribal, like you got a ton of wizards, it's coming down early because it gives all your other wizards +1/+1. That's probably not gonna happen sealed. Probably the other one's gonna happen. And then it's like, fine. You just kind of sucks because you're either gonna be holding one or the other in your hand till you get both of them and then casting it, but it can work late game. I mean, even if it's like this and Divination, draw 4 cards. That's not bad. I mean, I'll take that. And lastly, we have for the likes, Naban, Dean of Iteration. So 2 mana for a 2/1. That's fine. I mean, it's something exciting, but every time you play Wizard, you get to do its ability twice. So if you had like the Journey Mage, you get to bounce 2 creatures. If you had the Mythic one, you get to copy a spell twice. So, it's interesting. You really have to like have a lot of wizards. So that's why it's like, yeah, probably not gonna happen. But in draft, you draft around this card, that's gonna be awesome. Sealed, probably not gonna happen. So now let's move on to the cards. I'm like, no, just don't. And blue, you got too many. First, we have the Antiquities War. So basically at 4 mana, you're playing this to go through your deck, little by little to get artifacts. How many artifacts are you really running? Probably not that many. And then in the end, it makes them all 5/5s. I mean, maybe you get 1 artifact and then it becomes a 5/5 eventually. I don't like this at all. It's like, it's very narrow. It's just not good for sealed because you're probably not going to have enough artifacts for it to be worthwhile. You'll probably whiff both times. So yeah, don't run this card. Sorry. Next, we have the Murari Conjecture. And just like Antiquities War, it only cares about a certain thing. That's instant sorceries. And I mean, how many are you really running in your deck? Probably not that many. And it's just not worth it. I mean, you're going to return instant and then a sorcery and then, whatever. It's just like, come on, you're not doing anything with this. You're taking basically a turn off to play this. Just don't do this. And lastly, we have Precog Field. Nope. This card, like, what are you even doing? Only cares about instant sorceries, just like a lot of these cards. And you're only looking at the top card. I thought it was, you could scry it, but no, it's just look at it. Don't like this card at all. It's not going to be doing anything in your deck. So don't run it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, booster_tutor, and see you next draft.